everyone and welcome to Leah's Cross Stitch Corner. This is FlossTube number 32, at least I hope it is. I have just checked and promptly forgotten, which if you know me, you know exactly what I'm like. So today is magazine flip through day, but before we get into that I do have a couple of 3 announcements. So first thing, from today I will be putting videos up every 2 weeks. So with me going back up to full-time hours, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to try and get a video up every single week. So I've taken the decision at the beginning of February that I'll just do them every 2 weeks. So essentially what you'll get from me is a magazine flip through once a month and a whip parade once a month, and they'll go up every 2 weeks. So it won't just be a case of they'll go up whenever they go up, they will go up every 2 weeks, everything permitting. So this is the last video that is weekly. The next video will be a whip parade in 2 weeks time. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's okay. What I'm going to do to kind of mitigate it, I know some people look forward to the weekly videos, thank you, is I'm going to make them longer. So instead of doing 4 20-minute videos, I'm going to do 2 hour plus videos. So I'm hoping that that is sufficient and you'll all be fine with that. If not, there's nothing I can do, unfortunately. I am going back up to full-time hours. I start my new job tomorrow. I'm filming this on the 31st of January, just for anybody wondering. I always film a week ahead if I can. So it's just not going to be feasible for me to get a video up every single Wednesday without kind of taking away from something Graham and I do on a weekend. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I definitely want to stick to this. I don't want it to be any less than 2 videos a month. And I think by making them longer, it makes it a little bit better. It means you can just settle in with your stitching and just listening to me waffle away for ages. What could be better, to be honest? Let's be honest. The second announcement is about the video that went up a couple of weeks ago. Now, it didn't hit the way I wanted it to. It did in many regards, in that a lot of people did take it the way that I meant it, but unfortunately some people did take it a little bit in the wrong way kind of thing. I didn't mean it like that. I wanted to just start a discussion about PDF patterns, and a lot of people understood that and saw that, and then there were a few people who came who, I don't even know if they usually watch my channel or if they are subscribed, and kind of gave their side of things and kind of like didn't agree with me. Which is fine, I don't mind, you know, you're allowed to do that. But I just want everyone to remember, this is my channel, this is where I can come and give my opinions. Whether you like it or not, you know, I am not just a people pleaser, I'm not just here to make everybody happy. I am, primarily, but I also kind of want to get a conversation going. I kind of think, you know, it is important to talk about the things that we want to talk about, and that was a conversation I wanted to have. And a lot of people gave me their limits, their budgets. They even, you know, a lot of people gave very balanced opinions on it as well. So, you know, it did lose me a few subscribers. That's the perils of it, I guess. But, you know, my channel is very authentic. I do more videos separate to just whip parades. I don't just put whip parades up all of the time. So, you know, I do want to get into the aspects. Cost is a big thing. Cross-stitching is a cheap hobby in that it converts to a lot of time. So you buy a pattern and it can take hours to do, but it can also err on the side of pricey if you decide to do a pattern that has 100 colours and you only have 10 of them kind of thing. So it's all about finding that balance, and I'm all about finding that balance. I don't want to spend a specific amount of money on one thing when I can get multiple things, and that's kind of where that discussion came from. If I was to do a video like that again in the future, I just wouldn't name names. I thought it would be interesting to name the sources so people weren't saying, well, Leah, where did you see that? So it would at least give some kind of guide. But if I do it again, I'll either have a lot more options, a lot more ones to discuss, or I just won't name names. And I think that's probably the best way to go about that. So I didn't mean anything by it, not by any stretch of the imagination. I just wanted to have a fun discussion. I didn't mean to offend anyone, or, you know, I wasn't rude, and I didn't say that the patterns weren't worth the cost. But I said for me and for my budget, it wasn't for me. And that's okay. I can say that. You know, like I say, this is my channel and it is my opinion, and I'm going to keep giving it. I am not one who goes for being overly popular. I am a person who's honest, and I'll always be honest. You know, I could have gone the other way with the advent calendar videos I did in December and just being overly positive just for the sake of it, just to potentially get a brand deal in the future or something. But instead I'd rather be authentic and, you know, tell people how it is kind of thing and how I see it. That's me. That will always be me. You know, I may become a bigger channel, you know, but I'll probably won't ever get deals or anything to work with people, and I'm fine by that, because I don't want to lose my authenticity. I don't want to feel like I'm shoehorned in and have to kind of be positive about things. So yeah, I always try to be positive, but I'm not afraid to be honest as well, and I hope you guys respect that. So here we are again for another magazine flip through. I'm very excited. I'm going to make it a bit longer. I'm going to take my time. I've got my timer here. I've got a drink here in case I need it. And I'm very excited to get started. This is FlossTube 32. If you like my videos, please subscribe. I'm inching closer to 500 subscribers. I'll be doing a big giveaway once I reach that amount. It's a nice little first total for me to get to, and then the next big jump is 1,000. Wild. It is wild to me. I really appreciate anybody who comes and watches my channel. Even if you don't watch it and enjoy it, if you've at least watched it and give me a go, you know, thank you. If you come back to watch me, thank you. I have a lot of people who regularly watch me, and it's really, really nice. So thank you for that. As always, give it a like. That really helps the algorithms. So give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. I do love a good comment. I do love a good discussion. And subscribe. Did I say that already? I don't think so. Maybe I did. Summer isn't with me today. She's just got up, would you believe? So Graham's alarm went off at 8:30. So he got me up about 8:45, 10:50. Summer got up about 9:30. It's now 10:20, and Summer's now back lazing in bed. The life of a sprocker. You wouldn't believe. She has a very good life. She's a bit grumpy at the minute. She's in heat, and she's rather taken a shine to me, if you know what I mean. So every evening after tea, as soon as I sit on that couch, she's at me leg. Because she's in heat, and she would like some puppies. She doesn't realise I will never be able to give her puppies. Poor Ben. And she's 9, and she just goes nuts. Pets, honestly. We watch a show, and Summer sings with us when the show finishes, so we sing the theme tune, and she wowies it with us. And every time after tea, the guinea pigs get melon, because apparently they really love melon. I have melon after me tea. Graham has an apple, and we tried the guinea pigs on melon, and oh my god, it's like catnip for guinea pigs. So we'll start singing with Summer, and the guinea pigs start singing as well, because they want the melon, because they know once they hear it shaking, because Graham will go and get them fruit and shake it up and get them all riled up, and then they start singing as well. This house is mad. The pets are mad. They rule the roost. You've got no idea. It's crazy. So now that I've told you everything, and I think I've covered everything, should we get into some videoing? Some actual cross-stitch content? Tell you what, we'll do cross-stitcher first, because I think that's normally what we do. Do you like my t-shirt? It says, once upon a time, there was a girl who really loved books and guinea pigs. It was me, the end. I got it off Graham. I have a plethora of t-shirts, and I'm trying to at least make it so I'm wearing some different ones, because it seems like you always see the same ones, which is not ideal. So, it's magazine flip through time. I'm very excited for this. I haven't really looked at them because I kind of wanted to leave it a little bit of a surprise so I could discuss them a little bit more. And now that I'm doing a hour video, I don't have to rush through it. I can just take my time, talk about them. Job's a good one. Then I'm going to do some stitching once I've finished filming. It'll take days for this to upload, by the way, if it's over an hour. YouTube just takes forever, but it'll be ready for when it needs to go up. That's the most important thing. So, this is Cross Stitcher issue 406, March 2024. And that's obviously the front cover. Lots of things to do. 60 patterns, I believe it says. And the freebie this month is this little kit. It's a blue tit. I thought it was, you know, and then I doubted myself, so I had to check. I won't do this. What I'll do is I'll probably just, I'm probably not going to keep the magazine itself either, so I'll just give it away or sell it or something. I tend not to do magazine kits. I'm very busy at the minute, so I don't get time. And I don't massively like it. I don't know why. They've got this blue tit bookmark, but then also they've got one designers. I really don't like that. But I'll get more into it as we discuss it. And I'll tell you why. So, let's see what we have. Something caught my eye there because I was flipping the page. So, I'm just seeing if there's anything interesting to show you on there. There's not. Not massively anyway. So, the calendar stitch along for this month is obviously March, from March's issue. And that's the design we have from Emma Congdon. I do like this. It seems to match her, I don't know, is it a seasons? I might as well hold it up while I'm speaking about it. It's like a seasons kind of thing. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's like a little sampler, and it's like little, it is basically like those little squares. Yeah, they're quite nice, but I can imagine they're not exactly thrilling to stitch, if you will. And there is the months we've had so far: January, February and March. I probably won't stitch that, to be honest. You know, it is nice, it's inoffensive, it's very simple if you wanted to do it, but it's a bit too simple for me. I'm all about the big things at the minute. I was going to tell this in the whip parade, but I've come onto it accidentally now. I started the Heaven and Earth design, the Heed. I don't know how anybody else pronounces it, Heed. And ideally I wanted to finish it so I could get all of the other charts. I then kind of realised that actually they are just pictures put into a pattern maker. Maybe they're adapted a little bit to make them a little bit easier or anything, but I assumed they just run through a program, which, to be honest, I could do myself if I want to. So I've decided I'm not doing it. I've abandoned it. I've officially abandoned it. I'll talk about it more in the whip parade, but I've abandoned it. So, yeah. I'll discuss it more in the whip parade because it's not for today, but it's not for me. I completely appreciate anybody who does it. I know Amy at Nifty Stitch has a lot of them on the go, which is amazing. I know Kat from Catkin and Lily finished one, and they look amazing. Do not get me wrong. I don't doubt that they look really, really good and they're very, very effective. But it just isn't for me, I'm afraid. So I have officially abandoned that. So yeah. It means I've got a new start if I want one, but I'm kind of working on ones I've already got at the minute. I'm still trying to clear the decks just a little bit more so that I can start something without feeling bad about it. And if you want to know more about what I'm potentially starting and what Graham's bought me and all of the stash, watch the video in 2 weeks' time, because it's all going to be in there and it's going to be fun. I've got some FFOs, I've got whips, I've got stash, the whole shebang. You're going to love it. I love it, so you're going to love it. So, this is the cover design. This is designed by Faye Walsh of Little Dove Designs, and this is the first of a new series, and I absolutely love this. I really do like this one. I love Faye's style. She's got a very unique style that you kind of always know and you can kind of recognise just from viewing. I'll see somebody posting, oh, I've done this on Facebook, and I'll be like, that's a Little Dove design, isn't it? Because it drives me mad. People post, here's my recent finish, but don't give any details, so it's like a secret, and you've got to like beg to know what it is. And it's like, just tell us in the post. If you finished something and you enjoyed it, tell us what it is. Why wouldn't you? Run over. So I really like this one. I'm intrigued to see what the other seasons look like. I might actually have to stitch these. It's called Spring Celebrations. Designed by Faye Walsh, as I said. Stitch time is 36 hours. It has a lot of colours. And it's simply done in a frame. And you can't go wrong with a frame, let's be honest. So there's that one. I'm definitely intrigued to see what the other ones look like. I've got... sorry, my lip was weird there. I've got the Historical Sampler Company's Cotton and Twine Seasons. I've done one. It's up there somewhere. Is it? Yeah, it's that one in that frame there. I do like having seasonal things up. I do like having things up for the season. We've got the Moonlight there. It's broken. I got it for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's broken. Doesn't work. So we are going to get a lava lamp, I think. Me and Graham were talking about it, and he thought they were going to be a bit too electricity heavy, like get a bit too hot, use a bit too much electric because it's a heat lamp kind of thing. But he's looked into it and they're not too bad, so we're going to get a lava lamp. Who didn't have a lava lamp when you're like an 80s or a 90s baby? I did, and I loved it. Next up, we're not here to talk about 90s stuff, Leah. These cards. So obviously Mother's Day is around the corner, and do you know what? I'm going to rant again, aren't I? Oh dear. They never do ones that say Mum. And I know I could easily amend the design, I could easily do it. However, if you're going to do Happy Mother and Son Day, Mum, Happy Mother's Day, do a Mum one. Do you not have Welsh or Geordie readers? Come on! So I'll just go in to show you the designs a little bit closer. I actually did my mum a Mother's Day card a couple of years ago. I stitched one up for her. She really liked it. It was like a bunch of flowers, and she really liked it. She really enjoyed it. I really like these. So they're designed by Cheryl McKinnon, Tiny Modernist, and they're very cute. And the irony is, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I have a feeling she's American. So her doing a mum one is kind of bizarre. But I could be wrong, actually, thinking about it. Who knows? Oh, here we go. We've got the controversial one now. Another one of the main cover kits is this Birds of a Feather one. And I hate it. I hate it. Quite frankly, I do. When I saw it in the preview for last month's magazine, I was like, I can't even see it, for starters, and it just looks incredibly blurry. The colours used don't pop like they should. Like, can you see? They just don't pop. I mean, it actually looks better on the camera than it does in person, which is wild, because that normally doesn't happen at all. But it just, I don't know, it doesn't appeal to me, unfortunately, that one. So it is designed by Maria Diaz. I do sometimes struggle with Maria's designs. They are usually very soft focus, for lack of a better word. Maybe I shouldn't say this, because maybe it'll go... I'm allowed an opinion, we know this. I've got one of hers to do, which is the garden one from Cross Stitcher magazine, and that's our engagement sampler that I'm going to do for me and Graham. And that's really nice, and the soft focus kind of works. But sometimes it doesn't kind of work, and I feel like in this cushion it doesn't work. Now obviously she's going towards a spec. Cross Stitcher will have said to like 3 or 4 designers, we want a bird cushion, design it, and then they'll have picked the best one or the one they like to put in the magazine, is I assume how it works. Because sometimes a designer releases something that you've seen in the magazine that wasn't designed by them. So they must have had to design something around a certain spec. So, not on Maria Diaz at all, but that is not to my tastes. It just, I don't know, it's hard to, I am not very good, my eyesight is not great. I am going to go and get it checked soon, I am due a check. And it just, I don't know, I don't like the colours. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't know what the fascination is. There's 2 lots of blue tits on the free gift. And this cushion. And it doesn't work for me, unfortunately. But that's just my opinion. I'm allowed to have it, I swear. Now this is quite an interesting one. I probably wouldn't do this one, but it is quite interesting. And this is Pots of Style. So it's like a Delft china kind of pattern, and it is in the shape of like a vase, which is quite clever. I do quite like it. I wouldn't do it because it's too much of one colour, 1 or 2 colours, which is bizarre because I am going to be doing a sampler soon that Graham's bought me that's in 2 colours. But I'm really excited to do that, which is the difference. So this is designed by Emma Congdon. There is a total of 3 colours. 3 colours. And it is fascinating. I do quite like it. I've got a really lovely vase. Graham buys me flowers every month for our anniversary. I get some for Christmas, birthday as well. And I got this really lovely multicoloured vase for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's so lovely. So yeah, it's nice. It is nice. It is. I could quite like to see it with like all done. Ooh. And you do get the instructions on how to make a vase as well, which I think is really interesting. By the way, I don't yawn even half as much as until I start filming these videos, and I don't know what it is. It's a lack of oxygen, I believe. I'm probably talking so fast that I'm not getting enough oxygen. I should be going and like doing like yoga breathing or something, but I just don't know what it is. Now, I do like this one. I've debated whether I want to do it or not. I'm probably not going to, but I do quite like it. So this is another Emma Congdon design, and it's called Our Happy Place. And it just says, home is our happy place. I like it, but there's almost something that I don't like about it as well. I kind of can't, like, make it make sense kind of thing. You know, I quite like the style of it. It looks quite good, but again, it's a bit of a soft focus piece. I think maybe I'm just in love with backstitching at the minute. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, it's nice. But probably not the colours I would use. I feel like it needs to, like, it's very muted. I feel like it needs to pop a bit more. I don't know if you all agree with me. Maybe I'm crazy. You know me. Graham will definitely agree that I'm crazy. Next up is this pincushion. Do you know what? I see so many pincushion designs, but I don't really know what the point is. Obviously, it's to put pins in. I'm not that dim. Well, that's debatable. But I've never used pins within cross stitch. I don't understand why it's in a cross stitch magazine, quite frankly. So if anybody knows why I might use pins in cross stitch, let me know down below. Because, you know, I've even seen like Bisconews, which always reminds me of Biscuit the Guinea Pig. And I just don't understand necessarily the purpose of it. Yeah. Educate me down below. So it's designed by Maria Diaz, and it's basically a bunch of fruit. Oh, excuse me. It's a bunch of fruit all on a band. And you just make a pincushion, which is, it's fascinating, but I don't know what I would do with it. Next up is these Cheryl McKinnon gift bag designs, I guess. I think that's what they say they are. They're quite cute. Nice little quick stitches if you need something quickly and you kind of wanted to put something in. They just tell you how to make the gift bag as well, which I think is very, very intriguing. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. It's watering. So yeah, I quite like them. I think they're quite cute. They're only going to take, I mean, 4 hours each still, but they're tiny. It's always wild to me how long something takes. You like look at something and be like, oh, that won't take long. Like, I'm working on the Mandala Peacock at the minute to try and get some progress in it. And I was like, that's not going to take me long to finish that. I'm still only about like a quarter of the way through it. It's huge. Again, you'll get the update of that in my whip braid in 2 weeks. So, next up is the letter library. It's these cute little piggies. Oh, I think it's adorable. I think it's really, really cute. I love them. These have been designed by Fiona Crouch, and they're so cute. Some of them look a little bit deranged, but they're very, very, very cute. And next month is Butterflies and Moths alphabet, designed by Fiona Crouch as well. And then here, this one really intrigues me, because initially I was like, I'm not sure if I like it. And the more I look at it, the more I actually like it. So, this is a horsey pattern. And at first I was like, ooh, that looks like it's going to be a pain. But I actually think the horse looks like it has so much character. Like, I really, really like it. I think it's really cute. Graham used to work at the petrol garage. It's about half an hour's walk away. And there was a horse in there. Well, there was 3 horses. But there was only one that would always come and see us. And we called it Holly. We got like a selfie of her with us. And she was so lovely. She was such a lovely horse. And we don't know what happened to her. We just went one day and she just wasn't there anymore. I don't think she necessarily passed away, just in case anybody's wondering. I just don't know what actually did happen, unfortunately. So horses are so characterful. I do really like it. I don't know if I would stitch it, but I do think it's got so much character to it. This is designed by Maria Diaz. See? There's one that I like. It does happen. It honestly just depends on whatever it is, but it's stunning. I think, you know, what I love about it is it's the Ada it's on as well. So it's not just on plain white Ada, it's on like a bluey grey Ada. Does it tell me specifically which one? Zweiger Misty Blue 14 count Ada. And it just pops. It just really pops and it's got so much detail. I really, really like that. I don't know if I would stitch it because I don't know what I would do with it. If I had a horsey friend, like a friend who really loves horses, you know, I could potentially do it as a present, but I don't have any horsey friends. I don't know people, though. We go down the lines, there's some like railway lines, what used to be railway lines, and we take Summer for a walk every weekend, and this horse came proper galloping towards us. There was a girl riding it. And she was like, can't stop, I've got no brakes. And I was like, oh my god, you are so funny. Be my friend. Oh, she was like a teenager. You can't be friends with teenagers. I'm 33 for God's sake. So this is the next design. Oh, I'm still looking at that horse. It's on the back. I'm obsessed. Imagine if you have a horse. That would be a lovely gift. A lovely thing to stitch. So here is create a classic house mouse family. And I'm going to zoom in because like you really need to like appreciate the detail on it. It's a lot of the same colours, which makes it harder to really see, but it actually looks better on the camera than it looks like in real life kind of thing. So, let's get some detail, shall we? It's so cute. So it's designed by Doreen Jones. I should have known, to be honest. And this is the full... I'm not sure anything about it now. That's the full design. Hiya. I'm never sure if I'm showing the full thing. I think it looks so cute. And look at this little detail here. No cats. I think it looks absolutely, it's so cute. And I love the idea of putting it on a skirting board. So you could like almost see it coming out the wall. I think it's so clever. It is so cute, honestly. I think it's lovely. I think it'll look better as well when you stitch it. You'll be able to see the colours better than like a picture. It's really hard to photograph cross stitch. I go backwards and forwards on my Instagram of just not posting, then I'll post a few things because I don't take good pictures. I am not a photographer. I don't know how to do it properly. Everybody always does a better job than me, and mine always look a bit poor in comparison. But like, it's so hard to photograph cross stitch, and I don't have the time or the patience to do it properly, to be quite honest. I'd rather be stitching. I've got loads of threads and stuff to sort out, but I've just kind of just put them by the wayside because I'd rather just be stitching. By the way, you don't just get the content of whatever I'm showing. I do like to add lovely little comments and things. So this one is stitched on Zweigart 14 count Ada in ivory, which I like. And then, oh, we have some Biscore news. The Ready Set Stitch challenge this month is 3 Biscore news. Again, I have no... They're cute and it's nice, but I don't know what I would do with it. My needles are all kept, and I shouldn't really. I've got them in my wooden box, which at one point I will remember to bring over and show. And there's a bit of felt in the top of the box, and I just stick them in there. But I think they're all getting discoloured, so I kind of need somewhere to keep them where they don't get discoloured. And I just use my needles until I don't, quite frankly. I've got about 6 or 7 all in that little bit of felt, and I just kind of use them at will. I've no idea on sizes or anything. I just use whatever I get to hand first. I am the most chaotic stitcher you'll probably ever come across. I don't pay attention to needle sizes. I just stitch however I fancy stitching. Oh god. And probably what is going to be the last design is the mandala stitch along. I'm not going to be doing this. It doesn't hugely appeal to me, to be quite honest. But there it is. It is nice and colourful. I'll give it that. It is very, very colourful. Look at! There's a blue tit on there as well. What's going on? I feel like a blue tit edited and designed this specific issue of Cross Stitcher. And there it is again. I don't know why they've used the same picture. But it's nice. It's quite nice. It's designed by Amanda Butler. It is really nice. Apparently it'll take 200 hours to stitch. It uses a decent amount of colours, and it is pretty. But I'm not a big fan of mandala patterns for some reason. Apart from the mandala animals, which look so good. So yeah, that is actually it. So let me just show you the little preview for the next issue. That is part 3, I believe. Again, they're really nice, but it looks digital. It looks digitally imposed. Imposed, not imposed. I've noticed recently Caterpillar Cross Stitch aren't test stitching their items. The Wandering Peaks one, the Stitch and Social that they're having, that hasn't been test stitched. It's a digital imposition. Is that the right word? I have no idea. The new stitch along with the Enchanted Realm stitch along, that hasn't been test stitched. The advert that they're promoting on Facebook and Instagram is just a digital mock-up. The bookshop that they released recently, that was not test stitched either. I don't even think the Christmas stitch along was either. And I kind of want to ask, but I kind of know even if I try and ask the question on Facebook, I'll just kind of get shut down. It's just a bit strange to me that such a big company doesn't have a couple of people who can sit and test stitch things to make sure they look okay. Because I 100% agree with test stitching before you release something. I don't agree with it. Like, you just release a digital mock-up. How do you know the colours are all going to go? How are you sure it's all going to look as you want it to look compared to the digital mock-up? It's a bit bizarre. It's a little bit of a bizarre one. I kind of don't understand the thinking behind it. And obviously I don't want to ask the question in case they go, well, yes it is. Even though I have kind of like zoomed in and looked and can confirm it's definitely not an actual stitch. You can see the difference. A digital picture looks like a digital picture. An actual cross stitch looks like a cross stitch. You can see the difference. But yeah, it's a very intriguing one for me. I'm not really sure on the logic of it, to be fair. Who knows? I certainly don't. It's a lush. How's everyone doing? Everybody hanging in there? We're 35 minutes in. Take my blanket. I'm cold, so I've got a blanket. Normally I'd be wearing my dressing gown, but it seems a little bit rude to wear my dressing gown while I'm filming. So I've got the guinea pig blanket. And we've got some new guinea pig bedding. You can't really see it because I'm in the way. But it's anything from Asda that's guinea pig related, you best believe we'll buy it. Graham got me these lovely guinea pig socks as a surprise. He's so cute. But we have loads of blankets and things. We're just both obsessed. So let's get into the world of cross stitching now. So this is the freebie for this month, and it's an Elmer picture kit. I think it's lovely. I like Elmer the elephant. I think he's really cute. Just go a bit further in so you can see it properly. It's so cute. I love the idea of doing something like this with leftover threads. Not necessarily an elephant, but I don't know if anybody ever did this as a kid, where you get a pen and you just scribble all over the page with lines, and then you just colour the lines in. I used to do it all the time, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm kind of tempted to do that with leftover threads, if I had enough time. So, I better get the information first before I show it. This is issue 343, March 2024, and it's nice and springy. It's lovely pastely and springy. I love it. So, let's get into it, shall we? So the fairy tales this month is in traditional Welsh dress, because St David's Day is coming up. And I would tell you the Welsh translation, but can't speak Welsh. So there it is, really cute. I love this little series. I think it's really incredible. I like that the world of cross stitching has little ongoing series like this, where every month, you know, you can get a specific Flossie or Monty, or there's another one, there's a grandpa in the wheelchair, but I'm not sure who it is, to be honest. I just think it's a really sweet idea. The main cover kit this year, what am I on? This issue is this lovely Forever Friends chart. I really like Forever Friends. I love WAFFLE as well. I don't know if anybody remembers WAFFLE. I don't even know if he's still around. So it says, there's always time for tea, and that's so true. And this is an exclusive design to the world of cross stitching. I believe all of them, when they do the big Elmer kit, the Smurf ones, any of them, they're all licensed and exclusive to the world of cross stitching. So, just in case anybody was wondering, Forever Friends started in 1987. That was the year Graham was born. It says, been bringing us joy for 35 years. And they have. I love Forever Friends. You always get you always see the cards in the shops with the Forever Friends on. It's very, very cute. Oh, I tell you what I didn't notice. White fabric. White stitches. Oh my god, I would be going nuts. I would probably personally do the cup a completely different colour, or, sorry, my leg's a bit uncomfortable, or I would stitch it on a different colour fabric. I wouldn't stitch white on white, not for that scope of it. Oh gosh. That would be absolutely crazy. That's just my opinion. Next up is In Full Bloom by Amanda Gregory, and it's this pretty floral wreath. Let me just try and hold it properly so the light doesn't shine on it too much. I probably wouldn't stitch this, to be honest. If I was going to do a wreath, I would do a wreath within it, like a hoop within a hoop kind of design. I think Doreen Jones has a couple of these. It says try a new fabric. I think it's done on linen. Ooh, put my leg back in now. It's part of a series, so there's probably going to be a summer, winter and autumn wreath. And are you going to tell me what you stitched on? Are you going to tell me? 28 count stone cashel linen from Stitchtastic. It's not for me. And yeah, like I say, there is another one coming, as I expected. Ooh. Next up is probably my favourite design from this issue, I think, she says. And it's these lovely doggy designs. You're always going to get me if you're going to put dogs on designs, to be fair. Designed by Jenny Barton. I thought so. And they are utterly adorable. So I'll just go in a bit so you can see them. Aren't they nice? They're so cute. So one says, dogs are my favourite type of people. Home is where my dog is. Love is wet noses and wagging tails. It's all true. And I like that you could probably mix and match the dogs on the designs. So if you didn't want to have this dog, get it on the camera later, you could swap it for that dog, or that dog, or that dog. And just chart it in. It'd be very, very easy to do. I think they're so cute. So, so cute. And dogs really are my favourite type of people. I spend a lot of time talking to humans. I'd much rather be talking to dogs. Canine canvases, they're called. And as I say, they're designed by Jenny Barton. I love it. Next, so I'm just nosing while I'm going, is this Ramadan calendar. It looks very busy, but it is actually, it's quite nice. It's quite well done. So, it's an heirloom gift, absolutely. And it's got a different bit of, so like from day 1 to day 30, decorate your home, family gatherings, help prepare iftar, time to break your fast, use kind words, be patient, smile at someone, just lovely little like positive motifs kind of thing. It's designed by Perry Abdel Hadi, and I quite like that. I really like that. I think that's a really sweet kind of, it's a sweet kind of little design, that one. It's very well designed as well, actually, which I really like. Oh, Stitchtopia Craft Holidays. Ooh, be intriguing. Next up is this Grow Your Own Botanical Motifs. Lots of like carrots and things. We want to start growing our own vegetables. I couldn't think of the words. I would love to grow pea pods. I am obsessed. I love pea pods so much. I got 1 bag of pea pods this pea pod season, and then the next thing I know, they've gone, and I was just like, all right. How rude. So there is showing more on what you can do with them. But yeah, we want to kind of just start growing our own at some point. I mean, we're not going to have the time at the minute, not with me going back up to full-time hours. And Graham does full-time hours as well, so it's not really fun. I was going to say feasible, and I also went to say viable, and it just came out as viable. You know what I'm like. So this one's designed by Susan Bates. I think they're really sweet. I love little motifs like that. I think they look really good. And let's see what's next. I like this one. So this is from Miru Makes, Michelle and Ruzana, and it's Hello Spring. I love this one. If I was going to stitch another kind of seasonal motif, it probably would be this one. So let me just zoom in a bit just so you can see it properly. But I love all of these little motifs. I think they look really cool. And they wouldn't take that long to do. Like, you know, it's very, very sweet. I like what they've done. And I sincerely hope there's going to be a summer, autumn and winter. You would hope. Yeah, it doesn't actually say if there's going to be more, but one would hope. And next we have the Stitch Alongs. This is the Doreen Jones. Does it have a name? Stitches Paradise. I couldn't see it. This is part 3. I'll just tilt it just so you can see it a little bit better. And it's just some skeins on bobbins and things. It's so cute. I absolutely do. I really, really like this Stitch Along. I think it's designed really well. I love the colours of it. I've never done anything stitchy for myself, so I might have to do this one so I can do it. We'll see. We'll see. You know, I'd say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then I'll never get the time to do it. But we shall see. And next, I wouldn't stitch these, but I love them, is these abstract cards. Like it's almost like abstract art. Abstract art. Abstract is a hard word to say. So they're designed by Heather Nugent, and I love what they've done. I love the lines. I love like the pops of colour. and then the lines to like make the faces into faces. I do think it looks really, really good. I really love it. If I had any need to stitch them, I absolutely would stitch them, because I just think they're so good. You only use like 5 colours and then the back stitch, but it's so effective. I wish there was more like that. Actually, I do really like them. Just seeing if there's anybody I need to promote on here. Ooh, look at this one. So I got my first Pulse Stitches box this week. Got it was last week. 2 fabrics and 2 designs. Here is one of their new designs. This wasn't in the box, just FYI, but it is just the World of Cross Stitching promoting them. It's the nymph. She's a woodland nymph. That's really nice. I have pre-ordered something from Pulse Stitches. I get my fabrics from there and do a lot of Joan Elliott designs, and they've got a new like Halloweeny one coming out from Joan Elliott, and they've offered to kit it up, and I was like, yeah, I've got to have it. I showed Graham and I was like, I've got to have it. So well, I'm just waiting on it to dispatch at some point. Can't wait. Next we have these Sweet Office designs from Emma Congdon. I mean, of course you see the typography and immediately know it is Emma Congdon. So there's Sweet Office, Shh, Do Not Disturb, Time for a Brew. Could make a coaster out of that actually. Catkin and Lily has some fab coaster tutorials. Hooray, Done for the Day. I like that. An Sweet Office. I have done an Sweet Office stitch. It's very similar-ish to the one I've done to the one here. It's for Graham. He's got it upstairs in his office. Our office, I should say. Next is this like it's like a letter library like the cross stitcher does. So it's Luna, and it looks like it's like fairies. Sprinkle of Magic, designed by Poppy Benner. They're quite cute. I don't know who Poppy Benner is. I don't think we've ever seen her before, but they're quite nice. They're very sweet. Fairy ABC, that one's called. Here is the preview for next month. So we've got some kitty bookmarks. We've got this here. We've got an exclusive historical sampler design. We've got this feather design. Peter Rabbit is going to, obviously, it looks like be the main one. It's going to be quite an intriguing month. I've got through this really quickly. There's not a lot in this one this month. And it's a butterfly keyring kit. That's the little freebie, which is very sweet. Yeah. How many did it say? 92 charts. I mean, yes, I guess. Because there's like at least 34 charts on that one where there's like the fruits and stuff. So technically there's 92 charts, but there's not really 92 charts for me to show. So yeah, that is that. And there we have the back of it. That was fun. I love those dog ones. Look at that, look at them. Look how cute they are. Is it going to focus, or is it just because it's shiny? Yeah, I think it did there. I love it so much. I really like those 2 issues. I love when they come through the post. I love having a look through and a browse and seeing what I like. I very rarely get time to stitch anything out of them, but I've got a few like on the wish list. So there's the Botanical Garden one that I want to do for our engagement to commemorate that. There's a doggy one in cross stitcher, and it's like, I'll have showed it off. So it's like a cushion, and there's like 9 to 12 dogs, and they're like pops of colour. So the background is like red, green, blue, and then the dog's in it, and it's so lovely. I love that one. Is there anything else? I do like those dog ones. I might stitch one for Claudette, because we have a golden retriever. She's called Duna. So I could stitch one up for Claudette at some point. She's my sister, just in case anybody was wondering. And I do love the Hello Spring one. I feel like I've seen their designs before in one of the previous issues. I do really like it. I think it looks really cute. I love the magazines. I don't always get the chance to read them, and I'll not always get the chance to do a design from them. But I do love to sit and read them. They are very, very fun to read. Yeah, it really didn't take me long to go through that one. So there's actually more in cross stitcher this month, which is a very rare occurrence. More that I wanted to talk about as well. You know, sometimes you just see a design, you just want to show it and just like move on because it's kind of not to your style, which is rather unfortunate. But yeah, oh, I am freezing today. It's so cold. Do you know, I run two temperatures. I'm either boiling hot or I'm freezing cold. Sorry, I just noticed something. We've got a Banjo-Kazooie controller over there, and Graham's got some new chargers because we bought a PS5, and Graham's got some new chargers to plug them in, some Amazon Basic cables, and he's tied the cable round Kazooie's head. And I just noticed, I was like, what the heck? I was like, why does Kazooie have a sweatband on? Hey, do you know, I can't even remember what I was talking about. I got that distracted by it. God. Oh, yeah, I am freezing. It is so cold. Oh, I remember. So, like, I am either boiling hot or freezing cold, but there's literally no in between at all. I'm never just warm. I'm never just okay. I'm always either hot or cold. Like, the other night in bed, I woke up and I was covered in sweat. Covered in, like, a sheen of sweat because I was so hot. And then last night, I was freezing. Oh, I just don't... I'm not a normal temperature. I don't know why. So, today's my last day off before I start... not my last day off ever, but it's my last Wednesday off before I start my full-time job again. Oh, I'm excited. I'm very excited to get started. It's been a long time coming. I got this job at the end of December and I've had to wait to start until the 1st of February. And they're actually hiring another or more customer relations officers, so it's interesting. See, quite a big turnover. Or they're very, very busy. Could be both. Could be both. So it's my last Wednesday off. I'm going to spend it stitching. I've got Gladiators to catch up on, which is so epic. And I've also got new videos from Nifty Stitcher. Amy posted one last week, so I've got that to watch. Cross Stitch the Globe posted a new one yesterday or the day before. I've got that to watch. And Peacock Stitcher posted one as well. So all my favourites posted videos, knowing that I have my Wednesday off. And I need something to stitch along to. I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch today. Like I say, I've been working on the Peacock. I've been getting a lot of progress on that. It actually has come along quite nicely, but it's still way far away from being finished. The whip go numbers called for... I was going to say I'm going to sneeze, but it came too quickly. Sorry about that. Excuse me. I felt it and I was like, I'm going to... Sorry about that. I apologise. At least Graham isn't here. His sneezes would wake the living dead. Like, he sneezes and an earthquake warning goes out for Langley Park. I'm not even joking. The whip go calls for February, so starting tomorrow, was for me to do 5 days on the Elf Stitch Along by Hoops and Crosses. So 5 days or a finish. I think it's probably going to more be a couple of days and a finish. And 5 days or a finish on the British Isles Stitch Along. So I'm hoping that by the end of February I'll have both of those complete, which will be amazing. I'm ready to get them finished, both of them. I'm really enjoying the Elf Stitch Along actually. I've done a little bit of progress on it since the last time I did a whip parade. I made a little bit of progress, got it back out. I'm really enjoying that one. The British Isles Stitch Along, I'm ready to be done. I want to start the Enchanted Realms, Enchanted Realms Stitch Along. But I want to finish the other one first, because I'll never go back to it if I do that. I'll never go back to it. There's only 3 dragons being released so far. And it's a monthly design as well, which kind of tells me they're probably not going to be doing another Stitch Along. Maybe, I'm not sure. But either way, this one comes out once a month. So hopefully I'll get the chance to get that started as soon as I finish the British Isles one. Words are getting harder because I've been talking for so long. So that's my plans for Whip Go for February. I managed to do my 5 days on my mermaid and my 5 days on... the Princess Birthday stitch along, although technically I had to scrap and restart it because I started it with the fabric in the wrong orientation. I was fuming. So I was doing it, right, and it was very tight anyway because I bought the wrong count fabric. I got 28 count instead of 32 count or whatever it was meant to be, but I measured it and it was still going to fit. Then I put the Q-snap on and didn't bother to put a needle on, a needle minder, sorry, so I could orient it so I knew which way was up and which way was down, or top and bottom. I then started stitching freely and I was like, this looks really, really tight to the left. So I worked along to the left a little bit more. Lo and behold, it wasn't going to fit. So I was meant to mention it in my video last week and I completely forgot. I said to Graham afterwards, I was like, the one big error I made, I completely forgot to discuss it. So I was like, I can either unpick it and go again on this fabric, or I can just go and pick out a fabric I've already got and work on that. So I went for the latter. I have put the linen one, it's just in the bag where I'm stitching it. Left that so I can show it off in the whip parade. And then started on a new opal fabric from Coffee Craft Fabrics. And it's not quite the same, but it's good enough. I think it's good enough. And, you know, I am going to start now and doing what a lot of people do. And I'm going to take a few more chances with fabric choices, with colour choices. If I've got some colours, it's flash. Oh my god, why is it flashing? I think the battery's low. I've only got 4 minutes left on the battery, so I'm going to have to wrap this up super quick. It's plugged in, so it should be charging. I don't know why it's kicking off. I'll have to leave that there. I'm so sorry. It's plugged in, so it should be charging, so I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a comment and subscribe, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Don't forget, 2 weeks for a whip parade. I'll be showing off all the progress. I apologise, I've got nearly to an hour. It's not as long as I wanted to do. I wanted to do a little bit longer than an hour, but apparently the camera's decided it's had enough, which is terrifying. So, I'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten this far, leave a little blue heart down in the comments just to let me know that you've gotten this far. And I'll see you all in a few weeks. Have a lovely day. Bye.